Good evening and thanks for being with us. You're watching the evening news from the studio of ABS and I am Ifunanya Amafili. Our story is trending for this evening. Governor Obiano optimistic of APGA's victory in coming general elections. Politicians cautioned against vote buying and other electoral malpractices. Nigerian Labour Congress calls for amendment of income tax laws to exclude minimum wage. And on the foreign scene, measles outbreak claims lives in Philippines. And we'll start with the news and details. Ohaneze Ndibo Lagos branch has thrown its weight behind Governor Willie Obiano's position on appreciating President Muhammadu Buhari's led administration's good gesture to the people of the Southeast region and Anambra State in particular. Ohaneze made this known when they paid a solidarity visit to the governor at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. And our Government House correspondent, Ejike Abana, has the rest of the story.
The Igbo group, led by its president, Sir Nnamdi, said that their decision was based on visible, completed, and ongoing projects in Anambra by the president's administration. Sir said that their visit to the governor was to show solidarity and not to join issues with anybody, pointing out that the completed Zix Mausoleum, which is a national monument, the ongoing second bridge across the Niger, road projects, and other infrastructural development projects lay credence to the fact that the Buhari-led leadership has not forgotten the region. He continued by appreciating Governor Obiano's negotiating power and think home philosophy, among other notable initiatives, urging him to continue and avoid distractions.
It takes a great politician to understand that what makes politics to work is negotiating power. If not because of your negotiating power, APGA is just in one state. And yet that very single state, I'm not trying to make it look big, that very single state can be seen or attest to be the very best.
Receiving the group, Governor Obiano stressed that Ohaneze is one united group and that he is desirous that it continues to be so, adding that he is in good terms with its President General, but that the group's decision to fix a meeting on a day the president came to Anambra State to commission a mausoleum in honor of the late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who is a world hero of Igbo extraction, is unacceptable, while reaffirming his support for the APGA presidential candidate and all candidates on APGA platform. Governor Obiano called on Ohaneze to remain a socio-cultural group, non-partisan, pushing the Igbo agenda, and reiterated that he is also in support of restructuring, expressing hope that the nation will set aside November 16th as a national day for Zix Memorial. Governor Obiano further hinted that an additional Igbo state is in the offing under Buhari's regime, and expressed optimism that APGA will win more states in the coming general elections in the country.
Let Ohaneze be, that's where I stand, a socio-cultural body, uniting the Igbos, pushing the Igbo cause. That was the platform under which I held the restructuring, because I also believe in that. And I also made some points to this administration what they should change differently. I'm aware that somehow this president would like to create the sixth state in the Southeast. I'm aware somehow.
The Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidon Adenoba, said Governor Obiano has always been a strong supporter and champion of laudable Igbo initiatives, programs, and causes, including the recent Igbo Summit and its attendant Ekweme Declaration, Ozemezna ceremony in honor of Igbo fallen heroes, among others.
In May last year, Ohaneze was desperate to have a summit on political restructuring of Nigeria. No governor wanted to host this. Each of them was afraid. Only one governor said he was prepared to swallow the bullet to articulate, espouse, and defend Igbo interests. That governor who accepted is here in our midst.
Also present during the visit were the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Primus Odele, the Special Advisor to the Governor, Political, Chief Ifatu Obiokoye, among others. From the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Indigbos have been urged to diversify their patronage for candidates and political parties during next week's general election. Senator Oyebo Obi, who gave the advice in a press interview, stressed the need for the people of Igbo extraction to learn from other tribes who always diversify their support during elections. He cautioned Indigbo against supporting a particular candidate during the forthcoming presidential elections in order not to be in enmity with a candidate who may win an election. Senator Obi, while advising Indigbo to always play the politics of maturity, cautioned politicians against cross-carpeting in addition to seeing election as a do-or-die affair. He called on Nigerians to desist from acts capable of causing disunity among the citizenry. Senator Obi, who canvassed for improved facilities at the nation's hospitals and reducing the cost of treatments, regretted the incessant killings by herdsmen and Boko Haram insurgents in different parts of the country and called on the government to improve security of the lives and properties of the citizenry. The state electorate have been urged to rally around the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, in the forthcoming general elections to sustain the effective and qualitative representation the party offers. The state deputy governor, Dr. Nkem Okeke, made the call when he accompanied the senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District at the Red Chambers to Nwofia, Enugu Agidi and Enugu communities in Njikoka local government area on campaign rallies. And our correspondent, Emmanuel Okonkwo, was there and now reports.
Deputy Governor Keke, who stated that the All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) stands for good governance, encouraged people of the state to fully support the party's candidates at all levels in the coming elections. Deputy Governor Keke further stressed the need for Anambra Central to work assiduously to ensure the re-election of Senator Victor Ume to enable him complete what he has started for them in the district.
Because if I show proper representation,
in a speech, Senator Ume enumerated his efforts towards championing the cause of Ndigbo and changing their political history through countering of laws and decisions that are not in the favor of Ndigbo at the upper chamber, promising to do more if given another chance by the people of the senatorial district.
All politics can vote.
In his remarks, the member representing Njikoka won in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Ifedioramma, pointed out that a vote against any APGA candidate in the elections is a vote for the return of dark age in the state. So according to him, APGA remains the only party in the state with a clear-cut vision for the people.
Makana aimana Enugu bie oifamo na ememele jiwe chenye chichine Enugu a.
For an APGA chieftain in the area, Chief Dan Ubuefi, APGA is the only party that can emancipate the Igbos in the Nigeria polity, noting that one of the major ways Anambra can complement the good governance of the present administration is to vote APGA in the elections. The Special Assistant to the Governor on Community Liaison, Comrade Obi Ochije, and the APGA Chairman for Njikoka local government area, Elder Charles Okongu, recalled that inception of APGA in the state brought peace, human capital, and infrastructural developments, describing it as a party with the interest of people at heart, and prayed for its triumph in the elections. The Deputy Governor and others later paid a visit to the traditional ruler of Enugu community, Igwara Afepe, at his palace. From Enugu in Njikoka local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
It was a moment of honor and appreciation as members of the Alaba International Market Electronics held a series of programs to mark the 40 years of existence of the market, whose membership was dominated by the people of Igbo extraction. The event, which took place at the Golden Tulip Hotels, Festac Town, Lagos, and the office complex of the market at Ojo Alaba, respectively, was also used to unveil a book titled 40 Years Journey of the Market, in addition to remembering some of its fallen heroes. And our correspondent, Abuchi Nwozo, who attended the ceremony, and then we'll have his reports taken from our studio.
Delivering a lecture on the role of market development in national economy, a case study of Alaba International Market, the former Minister of Information and Culture, Professor Walter Ofonagoro, called on the federal government to provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive in the country. He made a case for the rehabilitation of the road that leads to the Alaba International Market in a view of the huge revenue that is coming out from the area. Professor Ofonagoro, who extolled the foresight of the founding fathers of the market, called on the executive members of the market not to allow the efforts of their founding fathers to be in vain.
The founding fathers of returning to Lagos from the east after the Civil War were determined to make a success story of their trading ventures in a very difficult environment. They lacked capital, they lacked resources, they lacked political connections, but they had immense determination.
In a speech, a former Inspector General of Police, Sir Michael Kiro, called for proper equipping and training of security personnel for enhanced security of lives and property, especially in the market.
The police has a significant role to play to ensure that proper things are done, the laws are obeyed, INEC is protected, rental documents are protected, people who employ relations are protected.
A one-time governor of Imo State, Chief Achike Udenwa, who also attended the ceremony, stressed the need for youth to always have patience in learning trade and other skills in order to succeed in life. In an address, the pioneer executive chairman of Alaba International Market Electronics, Chief Uche Ubochi, who stressed the history of the market, said it was formed by 13 committed Igbo leaders who were displaced in Alaka in Surulere, adding that at present there exist 20 sections in the market.
A 13-man committee was set up there to actualize the dream of these young lads. The frontrunners brought in their Yoruba, Hausa, and other traders from other ethnic groups in Nigeria.
In a remark, the executive chairman of the market, Evangelist Paulinus Ugochukwu, disclosed that plans have been concluded by the market executive to bring part of Alaba International Market to Anambra State, in addition to partnering the Anambra Broadcasting Service in its program content. Other members of the market, including Mr. Emmanuel Amaife and chairman of the planning committee, Chief Uche Ubi, expressed gratitude to the present leadership of the market for their efforts in taking the market to the next level. The event featured a live presentation by a renowned Omunze-born R&B music maestro, Mr. Chinedu Izuchukwu Okoli, popularly known as Flavor and Award presentations. The traditional ruler of Orifite, Igwe Daniel Udoji, an industrialist, Dr. Obiora Chukwuka, and an expert broadcaster, Chief B.C. Olatilo, also attended the ceremony.
Adequate fruit intakes and regular medical checkups have been advocated as the panacea to reducing the scourge of cancer in the society. Now, this was the focal point of an awareness campaign to commemorate the 2019 World Cancer Day at Ihembosi, Ekusigo local government area. And our correspondent, Blessing Uchendu, was at the awareness campaign and then tells us more.
The awareness campaign work, which was organized by the Anambra State Library Board in collaboration with Grand Harmonic Academy, Oka, took off from Umuabo Ihembosi through Eke Ihembosi down to St. Anthony Catholic Church Ihembosi and had as a theme, "We Can, I Can," a message that echoes the call for collective and individual fights against the menace of cancer. The participants, in ensuring that the awareness lessons we are taking home, shared flyers with inscriptions such as "Cancer kills," "Smoking can cause a slow and painful death," Cancer can be cured if detected earlier. Healthy lifestyle is important, among other messages. Addressing the gathering, a medical practitioner from Orifite General Hospital, Dr. Arinze Ijezie, who listed prostate, cervical, and breast cancers as common among men and women, recommended annual medical checkups for men above 40 years and regular examination of breast for women, especially after menstruation, to ensure early detection and treatment of the disease. Dr. Ijezie harped on the need for people to desist from excessive intake of alcohol and tobacco to prevent the killer disease, which he said is more dangerous than HIV and malaria.
We touched on these few cancers and tell the men how to prevent it. And even if it develops, what to do about it. Immediate treatment, immediate presentation to hospital is of paramount importance in having a good outcome from these cancer cases.
In her remark, the acting director, Anambra State Library Board, Dr. Nkechi Udeze, called on the people to take adequate care of their health and avoid things that could cause cancer at all times.
If you can campaign, and you can campaign, and you can campaign, and I can campaign, I think we will make a positive change to the extent that so many people will know about this cancer. You can see what I said there. So many people thought that cancer is just for female folk, because of cancer of the breast, cervical cancer. So many of them don't know about prostate cancer. That's why I told the doctor that he has to treat that of men first. For those men there to know that cancer is also for men too and not for women alone. It is very important.
In a paper presentation, a nursing officer, Mrs. Uche Ikenwa, who discussed the topic, how to regain and retain your health, cautioned that synthetic foods cause cancer and advised women to be close to nature by eating more of natural foods, as that is one of the most effective approach to avoiding cancer. From Ihembosi, Ekusigo Local Council Area, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
A new commissioner of police has been posted to Anambra State. His name is CP Dandaura Mustafa. Mustafa takes over from CP Garba Umar. In a statement, the outgoing commissioner of police, Umar, thanked people of the state and all the stakeholders for the cooperation and support given to him throughout his stay in the state and implored them to extend the same to the new commissioner. Labour Congress has called for an amendment to the income tax laws so that the new minimum wage of 30,000 naira will fall below taxable income. The National Union of Textile, Garment and Tailoring Workers of Nigeria, at the plenary session of Delegates Conference of the NLC in Abuja, said there was a twin assault on the real income of Nigerian workers caused by the devaluation of the naira and high inflation rates. The NUT GTWN also expressed concern that the process of the new minimum wage was taking too long, calling on the NLC to intervene. While appealing for the protection of the new minimum wage, the General Secretary of NLC, Peter Ozo Esson, said the income tax laws needed to be amended to defend workers' purchasing power. And moving over to the foreign scene, authorities in the Philippines have declared an outbreak of the highly contagious measles virus in several areas, including the capital, Manila. According to the Department of Health Epidemiology, Beirut, about 74% increase has been recorded from 2018. Measles can be very dangerous for small children and babies, and there is now increasing concern for the 2.4 million unvaccinated children. Parents have been reluctant to have their children immunized at the government health centers after complications related to a dengue vaccine, Dexavir. Dr. Gundo Veldi, World Health Organization's representative to the Philippines, said immunization rates were well below the target for 95 and decreasing. The remains of late Ichie Sir Martins Chukwuemeka Ezuchu JP, will be laid to rest at late Felix Ezeuchu family compound, Umuchiana village in Ekolobia, Aguata local government area tomorrow. This is according to a statement signed by Mr. Linus Ezeuchu on behalf of the family. Late Chief Sir Martins Ezeuchu was University of Benin Best Student of the Year 1983 and First Best Teacher Federal Government Girls College Owerri in 1987. He was also the first National Best Science Teacher in Nigerian secondary schools in 1990 and the Most Outstanding Teacher, Imo State Ministry of Education in 1991 and a Fellow Science Teachers Association of Nigeria in 2001. Condolences by in-laws holds on Saturday, 9th February 2019. Now may his soul rest in peace. Don't forget that you can follow our news and programs on ABS from any part of the world simply by logging on to our website, which is www.absradiotv.com, or like us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television, and follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube handle at ABS Radio TV. Before we end the news, we'll go to our main points for this evening. Governor Obiano has expressed optimism on APGA's victory in coming general elections. Politicians have been cautioned against vote buying and other electoral malpractices. Nigerian Labour Congress has called for amendment of income tax laws to exclude minimum wage. And on the foreign scene, measles outbreak has claimed lives in the Philippines. And with that, we'll come to the end of the evening news on ABS. Many thanks for being with us. My name is Ifunaya Amafili. Do have a pleasant evening.